Hi, Dr. Roy Hall here with Mountain Health Functional Medicine. This is going to be just a really brief video. Uh, what we're seeing right now is a lot of people having lots of trouble sleeping because of all the stress from the past elections we've just had recently, but more importantly, probably from the COVID pandemic that's been ongoing since March of this year. And so this is an outline from the Functional Medicine Organization, the Institute of Functional Medicine, to help people sleep better without medications. And I think this is something everybody can use, and it's very simple. And basically what they end up doing is dividing the day into 5 different time segments and then providing things we can do during each one of those time segments to help us sleep better at night. And so this thing begins with what's on the slide right now, life after 7 p.m. And basically what functional medicine says is that from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. it should be a time to be more active and doing things. However, from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. is a time to slow down. And there's a big importance of distinguishing rest from sleep. And we need rest throughout the day, and I'm going to show you where to get these periods of rest. And you need rest after 7 at night too. So what you want to do after 7 p.m. when you get home from work is, number one, give your permission to slow down. You don't have to keep running. What you need to do at this point is really just focus on being, less on doing, relaxing, sitting down, doing simple things. Have that peaceful, mindful dinner. Make a time to look forward to with you and your family members. And make the evening all about you, less about chores, work, finishing tasks, cleaning house. It's all about relaxation at this time. What you need to do also is start looking for patterns that may not be serving you best, such as too much alcohol after 7 p.m. or checking Facebook, your email too much in the evening time. What you want to do is replace these searches and social media times with quiet, nourishing activities, and it can even include watching TV to relax. And then see if emotionally you're choosing and coping mechanisms rather than your feelings. And what you want to do is acknowledge how you feel and choose activities that promote healing, support calming down the nervous system. So this is life after 7 p.m. We then move to period number 2, which is simply the hour before you go to sleep. And again, during this time, what you want to do is a full unwinding down process to signal the nervous system to fully relax. And you need to decide what are the best bedtime activities to count back on during this last hour of the day. Prepare the bed at the start of the hour, brush your teeth, turn down the bed, turn off your electronics, or at least put them in airplane mode, and place them out of reach. And do a combination relaxing, nourishing activities. This can be meditating for 10 minutes, either a quiet time sitting in your chair or a guided meditation. Another good idea is just to journal. What were the good things that happened today? What were the things that you did well? What were the things you're thankful for? Drink some tea, listen to a book or podcast, do some stretching, even just cuddle up with somebody, hold on to somebody. What you want to do is aim to turn off the lights feeling very sleepy and groggy. Don't try to push past that. You may develop a second wind if you do. And then you need to listen to sleep-inducing relaxation. This could be white noise, or just plain quietness, or a fan in the room. Focus on getting rest and sleep will follow. So this is the hour before you go to bed. Then what happens when you wake up in the middle of the night? And it's very interesting. I tell my folks that, up until 100 years ago, almost everybody woke up in the middle of the night from 1 to 3 o'clock. And when a lot of people, you had to do this because you had to get up and stoke the fire to make sure the fire was still going on. But it was also during this time that people would have sex, and people would even get up, get dressed, and go visit people, and then come back to the house around 3 in the morning and go back to sleep. So waking up in the middle of the night is really not a new thing, not a bad thing, because everybody did it up until about 100 years ago. And what happened 100 years ago? That's when we had the invention of electricity and electric heat and electric lights. So up until that time, we're dependent upon fire. People always got up in the middle of the night. So don't panic if this happens to you. What I want you to do is stay in bed only if you're not anxious If you start getting anxious about something, get out of bed and go do something different. Get to a new environment. And you need to be prepared for things you can do if you can't sleep at this time, such as listening to the radio or music, reading a book, have that book available, listening to a podcast. You need to identify whether these activities in the middle of the night help you relax, such as listening to a bedtime story or guided meditation or a podcast. And then, like I said a while ago, have it ready so that you can find it easy and not have to turn on all the lights, okay? Use music that has delta waves and or binaural beats. There's apps such as Insight Timer, and you can go to Damiana Korka. She's a functional medicine acupuncturist. She has a great functional medicine site, and she has some tips on finding these apps and sleep-inducing relaxation. You need to notice what wakes you up and what makes you sleepy during this time. And other things that can aggravate the issue are things just simply being hungry, or your pet's coming and waking you up, or it's too cold or too hot, or too much light, or your partner disturbing you. Always assess whether the things you do during the middle of the night help you relax or stimulate you. And if they relax you, keep doing it. If they stimulate you, do something different. What you must do is avoid checking emails, social media of this type, reading the news, anything that's going to tie you back to work or the next day activities. So the fourth phase in the day is what to do in the mornings, basically before you go to work. It's most helpful if people can come up with a schedule and wake up at the same time every day. This is very important for developing a circadian rhythm. And it's this first hour of morning that we need to have a gradual awakening, not a sudden thrust into the light. It's very important to get some sunlight as quick as possible, possibly within an hour of awakening. If this is not available, then there's some lights, and shoot for one with 10,000 lux lights, say 20 minutes each morning. You put this on the bathroom counter as you're getting dressed, or have it on the kitchen counter as you're eating breakfast. Even a little exercise, even as little as 10 minutes in the morning, is very helpful. Full workout can be beneficial as long as you do not feel like you're rushing through the morning. And very importantly, breakfast. What happens during the night when we're not eating, our cortisol levels go up. And the best way to bring cortisol down is to have food, and the best food to bring cortisol down is protein. So we always need a protein breakfast, and this will help stabilize the blood sugar and help with cortisol production. And you also need some fat and carbs. So, and if you're not hungry, just do a protein shake. But breakfast is oh so important. And then the fifth period during the day is during the day, basically when we're at work. I'd urge you not to have any caffeine after 10 o'clock in the morning, as with some people it can stay in the system and make it very difficult to sleep in the evening time. Some people clear the caffeine slower than others. If you do consume alcohol, lay off of it for a period of time until your insomnia resolves, and then bring it back in slowly. And when you do bring it back in, limit it to at least 3 hours before bedtime, nothing within 3 hours, okay? It's even okay to take a siesta or nap in the afternoon. Focus on rest if you can't sleep. Just lay down and take a break from life. The best time for doing this napping or resting is basically from 1 to 3 p.m. Anywhere from 20 to 40 minutes. Set a timer, get cozy, rest, and do it consistently. And then practice mindfulness throughout the day to help reset the nervous system. You know, take 3 deep breaths before you eat lunch. Take 3 deep breaths before you eat supper. Before you get up to the bathroom at work, take 3 deep breaths, okay? So just make a routine throughout the day. One of the things I tell people is when you find yourself at the stoplight, start practicing your breathing as you wait for the light to change. And if you'll practice these different activities during the 5 times of the day, I think you'll find that your sleep patterns will start getting better and you'll start waking up more refreshed. So just some very simple things here people don't think about. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you. Talk to you later. Bye.